I had every right to have these documents. The crucial legal precedent is laid out in the most important case ever on this subject, known as the Clinton Socks case.
The former president, speaking to a large crowd of supporters in New Jersey, says pleaded not guilty to 37 federal charges in Miami. Welcome and thank you for joining us here on The Factor Uncensored tonight. Today, the former president and Angela Box's soulmate made an appearance in federal court. As we've reported, the indictment accuses him of keeping national defense information, top secret documents, after he left the White House without authorization. Trump was only given one condition by the judge at the hearing. He is not allowed to talk about the case at all with the co-defendant or any witnesses. There was no mugshot taken, given he is not considered a flight risk and everyone knows what he looks like. After leaving Miami today, and we know he can't be stopped or muzzled, the former president blasted the federal indictment, saying the charges are politically motivated. Let's talk about it tonight. Joining me, Texas State Representative Ron Reynolds, political analyst Angela Box, and University of Houston downtown professor Dr. Dietrich von Biedenfeld. Glad to have you all here on The Factor Uncensored. Your thoughts about, did everything go smoothly as you predicted today?
100% as we predicted. And when the mayor of Miami said 5,000 to 50,000 preparation, we only saw a few hundred protesters. They were more than prepared, at least for any demonstrations, any protests, or any interruptions to President Trump's smooth entry into this process. Whether you agree with it or not, it all flowed as anticipated. A lot of the orders were as suspected. We'll see later on whether some of those ties in the funding of the legal defense caused problems for some of the orders for the judge of not communicating, etc. But overall today, I think it went as anticipated.
Angela, the former president didn't say anything at his hearing as we anticipated or expected. His lawyers did. Two lawyers did all of the talking. Your thoughts on this indictment, this appearance today?
Well, this is very serious. I mean, did you know that Trump had a secret email server that he was emailing back and forth with the president of the United States, classified documents? And then when those documents were requested by the FBI, he bleach bit 35,000 documents and smashed a bunch of Blackberries with a hammer. Oh, wait, that was Hillary Clinton. Did you know that Donald Trump spied on his opponent's campaign? And then when the guy had the temerity to be elected, took 4 years and invented a Russia hoax to persecute and prosecute innocent people? Oh, wait, that was Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, and the FBI.
Wait, that was Richard Nixon.
And CIA. Did you know that Donald Trump and his son have this sordid laptop with tons of horrible information, including bribes and perhaps child pornography and hookers and drugs? And now we have on tape Donald Trump taking a $5 million bribe from a Ukrainian energy official. Oh, wait, that's Joe Biden and Hunter Biden and the Biden crime family. Here's the problem I think people of goodwill need to start asking. We have a very clear two-tier justice system here. We have one rule for the media, for Democrats, and for the swamp. We have another rule for the American people and Donald Trump. And Donald Trump has always said, in reality, they're not after me. They're after you. I'm just in the way. So what they're doing to Trump, what they're doing to J6 defendants is very simple. They're telling people, don't you dare. Don't you dare question what we're doing. Don't you dare question our military-industrial complex. Don't you dare question our corporations. Don't you dare question these politicians. Don't you dare. And that's what's going on right now. It's awful.
State Representative Ron Reynolds, let's hear from you.
Isaiah, first of all, I hate Trump's policies, and I despise him as a person, as a despicable human being. But this was a dark day for this country. This was the first time in this country's long storied history that we had an American president appear in court on felony charges. This is serious. This was national security. All of us as Americans should be very troubled by Donald Trump and what he attempted to do with stealing those documents and then lying and covering it up. This was national security documents in a freaking bathroom at Mar-a-Lago. This is unprecedented. This is terrible. This is a good day, not for America, but for justice and showing that nobody is above the law. The whole world is frowning upon America and saying that this person was a clown of a president, and now at least he's being brought to justice. I'm not excited about it, but I'm happy for the rule of law.
All right, Angela, we'll get to you. Dr. von Biedenfeld, is the world looking at us now saying we're the laughing stock for ever having Donald Trump as president?
It's a challenge because many countries have copied our Constitution, so we know that if we fail as a democracy, so many others will. We've talked about before on your show, Pakistan, El Salvador, Honduras, and other places where the judiciary is sort of sidelined in favor of executive power. So we have to respect the rule of law. And there are differences between this and Nixon. Nixon was a sitting president. This is a former president. We already saw, you know PDB, right? You know me. So presidential daily briefings. President Biden already removed the presidential daily briefing privilege from Trump because he didn't feel like he would add any value as a former president. I'm not saying that Susan, in her BS in zoology, was a qualified person. I don't know how some of these folks get to be deputy directors of the CIA or intelligence. Anyway, I'm going to leave Susan alone. But a lot of the folks that were challenging his access to this national security information, that's the rule of law. And so he's a former president. If President Biden says this is how it is, that's the chief citizen, that's the commander-in-chief, et cetera, we have to respect that. The flip side is we look like a laughingstock when we go after people with political persecution. Instead of saying this is a former president, we're going to treat him with dignity in a different way. And we concurrently have to sort of balance that idea of no one is above the law except for Steven Seagal. Great movie.
No one is above the law unless you're a Democrat, okay? No one is above the law unless you're a Democrat. And here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen.
If that was Biden, if that was Obama, he would have been under the jail.
Excuse me, Obama had classified documents.
No,
there wasn't a 6 a.m.
that's
raid.
a lie.
It is not a lie.
Evidence,
no
evidence.
Stop talking over me.
False news.
Obama took classified documents. Trump was working with NARA that he had declassified all these documents. Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton had no right to have classified documents. Not one single thing has happened to them. Ladies and gentlemen, we are not dealing with just political issues anymore. I submit to you, this is a battle of good versus evil. These people are bad people. They persecute and prosecute innocent people because they don't want to lose the system that they have benefited so far from. And Donald Trump is the biggest existential threat the system ever has.
Defund the Justice Department and the FBI.
The FBI and the CIA need to be ripped up root and branch. They are completely corrupt. These people are criminals. This is the mafia, and the mafia does not prosecute itself.
All right, did somebody show Dr. Von Biedenfeld's face during all that? Still ahead here on McFactor Uncensored tonight. A real pain.